Today, we're going to explore how to use object states in Studio, unlocking dynamic and engaging experiences with no coding required. So what are object states? At their core, object states allow you to assign different appearances or behaviors to an asset based on user interactions. Object states can be applied to nearly anything in Studio: text boxes, images, shapes, and even groups of elements. This makes them an essential tool for creating interactive experiences. To create an object state, start by selecting an asset on your canvas. In the Design tab, click the States button, which sets the default state. This is how the object will appear before any interaction. After setting the default state, you'll notice that there's a new transition section. Here you can set the delay, duration, and easing of the transition between your default state and any other states that you set up. Clicking on the States drop-down menu, you'll see built-in interaction states for hover or click, as well as the option to create a new state that you can give a custom name to. I'll set up a hover state interaction for now. In this state, I'll simply change the color, but if I wanted to, I could alter the size, position, or really any other number of options. Now, when I click off the shape, it goes right back to its default state on the canvas. In the preview window, the hover state works exactly as it should, changing its state when my cursor hovers. But what happens when I add a hotspot over my button that has a go-to URL interaction applied to it? It's now covering the button, so my hover interaction isn't registering because I'm not technically hovering over the button shape anymore, but hovering over the hotspot. To fix this, I'll go back in Studio and I'll navigate to the Interact tab with my hotspot selected. Here, I'll add a new interaction, set the trigger to onHover, and choose Change Target State. The target object will be my rectangle, and the target state will be hover. Now, when I preview my experience and I hover over the button, it changes its target state, and I can still click the button and go to the URL that I've set up. As you can see, hotspots are a great way to add interactivity without affecting the design of your assets. Instead of applying interactions directly to an object, hotspots allow for a larger click area and more control over user interactions. And that's the fundamentals of object states. You can take this concept further using states for expandable cards, image carousels, and other layered hover effects. Really, just about anything you can imagine, you can make it in Ceros.